Welcome to the Tech Talk podcast series. Today, Tech Talk offers guidelines for effective communication, particularly in challenging situations. It emphasizes the importance of rephrasing negative or unpleasant scenarios to maintain a positive and solution-oriented tone. Tech Talk suggests avoiding apologies for delays and instead expressing gratitude or focusing on immediate solutions to prevent unnecessary frustration. Additionally, it advises against using phrases like, "I want to be honest," because such statements can inadvertently create doubt about one's sincerity. Instead, the text promotes direct, clear, and constructive language to build trust and foster productive interactions. Let's join our Tech Talk hosts for their take on proper communication etiquette.
Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to unpack some sources and pull out the key insights for you.
That's right.
And today we're looking at, practical communication tips, things you can use pretty much instantly to, improve daily interactions.
Yeah, the goal really is to find those actionable bits of advice, how to handle those tricky conversations, avoid some common language traps.
Exactly. So let's jump right in. First, big idea, how we talk about unpleasant stuff, rephrasing it.
Mm-hmm.
So picture this. You missed a deadline. Happens, right? Or maybe you've got a customer who's, not thrilled. The words you pick right then, super critical.
Absolutely. And our instincts often lead us down the wrong path there.
How so?
Well, the core thing we found in the sources is this. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, the delay, the problem, you actively choose words with a more positive, forward-looking feel. It sounds simple, but it stops you from, reinforcing the frustration.
Or even creating it in the first place.
Exactly. Because most people, honestly, they're thinking about the solution now.
Yeah.
Or just the present moment. Not dwelling on the delay itself.
Okay, that's interesting. It's a real mind shift. The sources had examples, right?
They did. Good ones.
Instead of, sorry, this report is 7 hours late.
You'd say, here's that report. Thank you so much for your patience. See the difference?
Yeah, definitely. Or the waiting in line example. Instead of, sorry for the long wait.
Try. Thanks for waiting. We're happy to help you now. It shifts the whole energy. Appreciation instead of apology for something that's already happened.
I tried this once, actually. It felt a bit weird, not apologizing profusely, but the reaction was just better, calmer.
It works.
Yeah.
Framing it with appreciation or optimism or focusing on the action, it really does build trust. Makes you seem more professional, more in control.
And the sources also mention phrases to just completely avoid.
Oh, yeah. Things like, this isn't my usual standard of work, or even just a flat, apologies for the long wait.
Why is that bad? Seems polite enough.
Well, here's the counterintuitive part. The other person might not have even thought it was a long wait, or that the work wasn't typical, until you planted the idea.
So you're basically suggesting negativity they might not have felt.
Precisely. You're drawing attention to a potential problem they hadn't registered. The goal isn't ignoring issues. Not at all.
It's more about shaping how it's perceived.
Exactly. Reducing tension, keeping the conversation constructive, using language strategically, effectively.
That idea of subtle shifts is powerful. It makes me think about another habit. When people say, look, I want to be honest with you, or to tell the truth.
Or just starting with honestly.
Yeah, it sounds sincere, like you're really leveling with someone, but the sources suggest this can actually backfire.
It really can. It's a fascinating little psychological quirk. See, honesty is sort of the default expectation in conversation, right?
I guess so. You assume people are being straight with you.
Right. So when you announce you're about to be honest, it flags something. It can subtly plant doubt, like, hang on, weren't you being honest before?
Or, uh-oh, here comes the bad news.
Exactly. It primes the listener for something difficult, or makes them question your previous statements. It's a bit like saying, trust me the moment you say it.
People start wondering why they shouldn't already trust you. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So how do you give tough feedback then? If you can't use those honesty phrases, like saying, honestly, I didn't like your idea. That's direct, but maybe too blunt.
It often comes across as just blunt, dismissive.
Yeah.
A better way, based on the sources, might be something like, okay, I see the goal here, but I have a couple of concerns about how that might play out in practice.
So it's more constructive, opens a door rather than shutting one down.
Precisely. Or instead of, to tell the truth, your report was confusing.
Which just sounds critical.
Right. Try. There were some parts of the report I found a bit hard to follow. Could we maybe walk through them together? It shows you've paid attention. and you want to understand, you want to help.
So it becomes collaborative.
Exactly. So the bottom line is pretty clear. Maybe you just skip those honesty disclaimers altogether.
Let your tone and clarity do the talking.
Your tone, your clarity, your consistency, that's what builds trust. Not explicitly stating, I'm being honest now. Just speak with confidence and respect.
So wrapping this up, what this really means for you, listening, is that these small changes in language, they seem tiny, almost invisible, but they can have a really big impact on your interactions every day. Work, home, everywhere.
Absolutely. And maybe a final thought to leave you with from this deep dive.
Go on.
Just think about this. How might your relationships, personal, professional, all of them, how might they change if you consistently chose that constructive, forward-looking language? If you let your actions, your tone, your clarity speak for your honesty, instead of relying on, just saying the word honest.
It's about being truly effective with our words.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not just meaning well, but actually communicating well. That's the goal.
Yeah.